To a giant, a human is a calorie source. A muddy boot crushes into a river, displacing tons of water and swallowing a fleeing scout in a localized tidal wave. It is a predatory ecosystem thriving thousands of feet in the air. On Earth, humanity lives in a bubble of safety. The thick cloud layer acts as a ceiling, keeping the giants hidden and reducing the threat of extinction to a simple bedtime story. That security vanishes when a farm boy named Jack fumbles a small pouch. He drops a single magical seed onto the floorboards of his house, and a stray drop of rainwater makes contact with the husk. This schematic shows the mechanics of the growth. The water acts as a violent catalyst. The seed expands instantly, shooting a dense vector line of organic matter through the cloud barrier. It obliterates the house from its foundation and drags the resident princess upward, physically connecting two separate worlds. The king responds by sending an elite rescue squad up the massive vine. The team consists of Jack, the king's captain, and a nobleman named Roderick, who has been tasked with bringing the princess home. A single drop of rain bypassed the kingdom's natural defenses. This accident built a highway, forcing a team of vulnerable humans to march directly into a realm of monsters. Look at the scale of the giant's domain. The expedition emerges into a lush, mountainous terrain where every rock formation is a natural fortress and every waterfall is a skyscraper. But the mission faces a threat from within. Roderick has his own agenda. He plans to sabotage the rescue and use the chaos to stage a personal coup. His plan relies on this artifact, a magical crown. This flowchart illustrates the crown's mechanical function. Whoever wears it sits at the top node, projecting power lines commanding the giant species. The chart rearranges as Roderick pulls the crown. Instantly, the monster freezes. A small man now controls a weapon of mass destruction.
The giant leader, who could rip a horse in half, now takes orders from a human. Possession of the artifact has turned a predator into a servant. While Roderick commands an army, Jack has nothing. To save the princess and the captain from being roasted alive, he has to move through the shadows, relying on silence rather than strength. The humans secure a tactical victory by exploiting the environment. They trap a beehive inside a sleeping giant's helmet and snap it shut. The blinded giant guard thrashes in a blind panic, quickly stumbling backward and falling entirely off the cliff edge. The survivors race toward the beanstalk. Roderick tries to stop them, but the captain engages him in a duel and manages to kill the traitor on the edge of the descent. Roderick's death creates a new problem. The crown hits the dirt, and before the humans can reach it, the two-headed giant claims the artifact for himself, reclaiming control of the horde.
The giant leader finds the remaining magic seeds. He tosses them into the water, sprouting 4 new massive stalks that plunge toward the earth simultaneously. The humans eliminated a traitor, but lost the artifact. Their escape route has been replaced by a 4-lane highway for a massive invasion. The giants slide down the stalks at high velocity, bursting through the storm clouds and dropping directly onto the castle grounds. The king's army floods the trenches with oil, igniting a massive wall of fire, while archers release volleys of flaming arrows into the descending giants. The giants ignore the fire. They launch massive iron grappling hooks across the moat, sinking them into the masonry, and using their collective weight to physically rip the stone walls out of the ground. Stone walls and fire were designed to stop human armies. Against an enemy of this mass, the castle's architecture fails to hold. The giant leader uses the sewer system to bypass the fire defenses, swimming underwater and breaching the castle from the inside. He corners Jack and the princess inside the fortress, where the narrow stone hallways leave no room for escape. Jack realizes his last magic bean can be used as a biological weapon. The seed is placed in an enclosed space, a stomach, and triggered by moisture. It expands its volume outward with enough force to fracture the container. As the giant opens his mouth to strike, Jack throws the bean into his throat. The internal moisture immediately triggers the catastrophic growth. Massive green vines violently erupt through the giant's armored skin, killing him instantly. Jack retrieves the crown from the giant's severed hand. Outside, the invading army sees the artifact and immediately drops to their knees in submission. Mankind survived because Jack turned a bridge into a bomb. He used the giant's own rules to force the remaining army back into the sky, ending the siege and securing the kingdom.